Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I'm going to do this one relatively quickly because this article wasn't all that long. I checked this out because I thought there was no way this is real. One of my subscribers sent me this on Twitter and was like, hey, please do this story. I live in Virginia, independent outsider. Independent outsider. I live in Virginia, and this guy's like, he's in Charlottesville. I'm in Richmond. This is so bizarre. So there's a pedophile, man's rights pedophile, independent accountant running for office. He's running as an independent in Virginia in Charlottesville. He's not a suspected pedophile in the sense of, I think that guy might be a pedophile. It's a devout, incestuous guy running a website for incest, or running a website that allows pedophiles to kind of aggregate. That website was shut down, by the way, at which point people discovered that it was a pedophilia site. And a man's rights activist of sorts. They're making a point, so women like to be dominated. That's one of his quotes. This story creeps me out like nobody's business, but in case some person sees this guy on the polling thing and says he's an independent, I just want something else other than the other two parties, please not this guy. Please not this guy. The story creeps me out like nobody's business. Congressional candidate in Virginia admits he's a pedophile. Nathan Larson also ran online forums for pedophiles and misogynists. Misogynist is an understatement. Nathan Larson, a 37-year-old accountant from Charlottesville, Virginia, is running for Congress as an independent candidate in his native state. He's also a pedophile, as he admitted to Huffington Post on Thursday, who has bragged in a website post about raping his late ex-wife. In a phone call, Larson confirmed that he created the now-defunct websites sweeped.org and Incelocalypse.today, a chat room that serves as gathered places of pedophiles and violence-minded misogynists like himself. Huffington Post contacted Larson about confirming that his campaign website shared an IP address with these forums, among others. His sites were terminated by the domain host on Tuesday. On the phone, he was open about his pedophilia and seemed unfazed about his long odds of attaining government's office. A lot of people are tired of political correctness and being constrained by it, he said. People prefer when there's an outsider who doesn't have anything to lose and is willing to say what's a lot of people's mind. Dude, fucking kids is not on a lot of people's mind. I'm sorry, it's not. I don't think it is. I would be shocked as shit, but I don't think it is. When asked whether he's a pedophile or just writes about pedophilia, he says, it's a mix of both. No, dude, it's not a mix of both. You can't have a mix of both. Either it is or it's not. When you people go over the top, there's a grain of truth in what they say. I read it again. I intrude it. When asked whether he's a pedophile or whether he writes about pedophilia, he says, it's a mix of both. When people go over the top, there's a grain of truth about what they say. Asked whether there was a grain of truth in his essay about his father-daughter incest and about raping his ex-wife repeatedly, he said, yes, offering that plenty of women have rape fantasies. Do I need to go on from here? According to Larson's campaign manifesto, his platform as a quasi-neo-reactionary libertarian, I have no idea what that means, candidate includes protecting gun ownership rights, establishing free trade, and protecting benevolent white supremacy. Oh, aren't you kind? Benevolent white supremacy. As well as legalizing incestuous marriage and child pornography. In a manifesto, Larson called Nazi leader Adolf Hitler a white supremacist hero. He urged Congress to repeal the Violence Against Women Act, adding, we need to switch to a system that classifies women as property, initially of their fathers and later of their husbands. Essentially, he wants this kind of Muslim, Shia, white Sharia law of sorts. He also showed sympathy for men who identified as involuntary celibates or incels, suggesting it's unfair that they are forced to pay taxes for school, welfare, and other support for other men's children. Yeah, I don't need to go on from here. I'll leave the article. This is creepy. This is creepy. That's all I'm saying. This is very, very creepy. This is in Charlottesville. Protect your kids. Protect your wives. This guy's running for Congress. That's amazing. I'm not going to keep this long because, like I said, this one creeps and grosses me out. So I will leave it here. If you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe, and of course, you can always support the Patreon. Thanks, everyone.